storytelling. But now let's get it to Heather and a fun interview here.
Indeed, it's time for us to all have that Zen moment following, months spent at home in quarantine and the distance learning. A lot of parents and kids feeling a little overwhelmed and anxious. So joining us now, author and holistic expert Amy Lee Mercree. Boy, we're talking about meditation, and I have to be honest, I downloaded an app recently, and I've been trying to do 10 minutes a day, Amy. It's not easy for me as an adult. I imagine for kids it's very difficult.
It is, and even for adults, 5 minutes is a fabulous way to start, too. And for children, we go to like 2 or 3 minutes is a great way to start. If your child is embracing it and wants to go longer, you can absolutely allow it. But 2 to 3 minutes for kids is great, and even for adults, a 2-minute meditation a day, if done consistently, has been shown to lower cortisol levels, which is our stress hormone.
Aha, so it's crucial for us mentally, like for our mental health, but also for our physical health to do any type of kind of breakaway, 2 minutes or so. How do you suggest that we get kids to that point to, simmer down and take this seat? What are your suggestions?
So there's a lot of things that we can do to kind of signal that it's time for that. So we can have a place that's cozy where we go and do our quiet time, our meditation time. I actually used to be a teacher before I was an author. And so we would call it sitting in your easy pose, and kids would sit cross-legged and have your hands, on your knees just facing up or in your lap. And they would look forward for that time in Montessori at circle time for children in early childhood to sit in their easy pose for a minute and just kind of calm and quiet themselves. And another thing that's really helpful is to give children the opportunity to choose a positive word for the day. And they'd almost use that like a mantra. And we don't need to tell them it's a mantra, but we can give them a choice. Like, what would your word for the day be? How would you like to feel today? Would you like to feel joy or peace or calm or happy or harmonious or tranquil or, enjoyment? And then they get to sit in their easy pose, relaxed, breathing normally, and just every time their mind wanders, they close their eyes and they repeat that word of the day. And it's actually a positive mantra.
And it's something, for me, like I mentioned, it's been a challenge, but I find, Amy, that it's getting easier the more I do it. Is consistency key when you're talking about something like this, especially for kids?
To some degree. I mean, the whole point of meditation is there's no achievement to be had. There's no gold star if you do it and you're consistent. It's more about allowing yourself that time to be cared for. And one of the things I think that's a barrier for adults a lot of the time is the sitting and the posture. And so I always tell people, lay down, make it easy. If you fall asleep when you meditate, I'm thrilled because that means you relaxed.
Oh, that's good to know.
Yeah. It doesn't have to be like a type A achievement-oriented thing, which is kind of what we do all day. Mm-hmm. It's supposed to be a respite from that. So how do we go into a state of receptivity and allow ourselves to receive, really?
Boy, that's important to remember, especially because we are so goal-oriented, to just take a moment and realize there is no end result. Great advice, Amy. I know we put up your website there on the screen so folks at home can find you, get more wonderful tips. Love the fact that you used to be a teacher. That just gives you so much more, support and ideas for the young kids and how to go about this. But thank you so much for showing up today, being on the show, and kind of giving us your tips for meditation.
Thank you so much, Heather. It was wonderful to talk to you. I hope everybody has a peaceful and tranquil day with a few minutes of mindfulness.
Indeed. We're going to find that 2 to 3 minutes. Thank you, Amy.
Thank you.
So important. Okay, that